Yes, what up? This is Kundai, and if you are new to this channel, make sure you click the subscribe button so that you not miss any future upload. So thank you so much for joining us on this channel today. Let's look at the top stories that are happening in Zimbabwe right now. Major forex scam hits local bank. So at Nedbank, there were some around 28 employees, or some were saying bank tellers, who were arrested. They were swindling the bank or the financial institution of over 1.1 million US dollars. My green. Later on a president kuti mari chaiyo America. 1.1 million dollars through an elaborate scheme of swapping depositors. So they were swapping depositors US dollar bank balances with RTGS, and I believe this has been happening in most banks, not just in Nedbank. This is what I think, because I have heard many people complaining so that they will just tell you, no, if you want money we can give you, but we can give you in bond. So this has been happening, and according to this report they are saying it was a 6-month period, but I believe it's actually more. Right? Because in Rwanda they were getting money in the streets. Most of the guys who were getting money, they were getting it from bank tellers and they were getting it from bank managers. This is what these guys actually say, because some of us have got friends in the street and they say then you bond, and then you go and get that one. Right, so this was the time when the bank was at 1:1. So you go score one shot, you want $10,000, we'll just give you $10,000 in my bond notes, because it's 1:1 according to the bank and according to the RBZ. So this has been happening, and it's something that is unfair, and I think it's a good thing that some people have actually been nabbed, because it's unfair. It's really unfair, because I'm America and kids. Right, let's continue. Former ZANU PF big wigs troop back. So they are saying some people like Ambrose Mtiniri and Didmas Mtasa, and people like Dr. Joice Mujuru, they are returning, and some have actually returned to the party. So I think it's a good thing what the president did when he said we need a unified party, or a party that is united. The ZANU PF party, it needs to be united. So they are saying, it's like they are saying all those people who want to come back, they can come back to the party. So I think it's a good thing, because when ZANU PF or when any party is unified, it gets stronger. So I think it's actually a lesson to all the other parties. It's good you can do bigger things. Unlike because there will be more sabotage and more confusion and more remnants and more all those things. So I think it's a good thing for the president to unify the party and try to bring in something that is solid. Right? So this is what is happening. This is what Opetumpov, the secretary for administration ZANU PF, said. He said the president of our party wants everybody in ZANU PF, and he has called for all former members who broke away for whatever reason to come back into the fold of the party and be part of a new dispensation. So I think it also helps for the party to be united. Right, because if you check, I believe most parties, my parties, yes, and my issues are. If you check even the MDC, there are some issues. There are some people who are trying to divide the party. This is what Douglas Ngonzora was saying. There are some people who are trying to divide him and the party president, Mr. Nelson Chamisa. So this is what is happening, and some are actually saying it's actually Tendai Bit who is trying to cause confusion between Ngonzora and Nelson Chamisa, and some are saying Ngonzora was sent by ZANU PF. And some are saying all sorts of things, and Ngonzora are saying people like Tendai Biti, Kodi, Mr. Changirai, all sorts of names. When they, I think he was referring to the time when Tendai Biti had to break away from the party. Pani madezi akamboita confusion. So so this is what happens in parties. I believe, like what the MDC did also, Pavakazete MDC Alliance, it was a good thing what they did. Guys, we need to be united for us to do something. And when they got united and came up with the MDC Alliance, I think if you check even the elections when Chamisa lost to President Emerson Mnangagwa a few months ago, pakatomboita a shake, and ZANU PF yakatombodzunzwa because it was just a small margin like this, right? So I think it's a good thing kuti parties anoita unite. So let's continue. Humanity prevails over politics. Yeah, this is true. This is something that is being said. Zimbabwe-Rwanda ties strengthened. This is when VP Chiwenga went to Rwanda. He's in Rwanda for a key event that is happening. I think it's got something to do with the genocide that happened in Rwanda, where over 800,000 people, some actually say 1 million people, were killed within a short period of time. Beira, the ghost town, Mtukudzi estate fed today as 4 more children emerged. So this one is an issue because there was an issue. There's a guy akatora, like I think you know, kuti kana munhu akanga ashaika zvinhu zvake hazvibatwe or kutorwa or something like that until pazitwa nyaradzo. So there's a guy who played Mtukudzi guitar to Cape Town, and some people are saying why, like the family members are saying this guy is a stranger, why is he taking Mtukudzi guitar which is and something like that. And also they were saying kuti hanzi hapana a will. Dr. Tuku did not leave a will, so there is an issue where people are fighting over the estate, the mari or the inheritance. Yeah, Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi. So new dawn for media reforms. India extends $500 million for power. Government to go hard on price madness. Yes, I think it's a good thing for the government to go hard on price madness, but I'm not sure if these guys are really aware that my prices are not determined by like people just trying to raise prices for the sake of raising prices, but it's an issue of my rates. Right now, public market my rates are almost 460 to 500%. Right, so people will just be adjusting my prices according to my rates. Why? Because this is what is happening. If someone has been selling something for 50 cents, they will have to adjust it to the rate. Was 50 cents in US. So the issue of my prices, I think they were passenger rates or RTGs US. So my prices. Like right now, if you go into a certain place, if you want to buy, let's say, sugar, they can just tell you if you've got a US dollars, it's $1.50, 2 kg sugar. But if you want to buy using my RTGs, they will just convert it to RTGs. And then, you know, via $7 or $5. So I'm not sure what prices they are talking about, but the prices in Zimbabwe are not determined by anything. They are not determined by even the raising of salaries for civil servants, like what some people think. It's not necessarily an issue of salaries and civil servants. It has got nothing to do with that. It has got everything to do with my rates, and not just my rates but my rates in street pa Copacabana. If you go pa Copacabana, you ask Maria right? So this is what is happening. We hope things get better in Zimbabwe. We still hope. Personally, I love my country. I love Zimbabwe, and I still believe we still have a chance to make things right for our children and for us. This is what is happening. Top stories, local. Let's look at local. Charamba speaks on Cyclone Idai rehabilitation efforts. So they are still trying to do something. I heard they released about $100 million from the 2% tax. Yeah, Dr. Mtukudzi. I think what he did is a good thing. Yes, 2% tax is really hard on the suffering Zimbabweans, but what it has done right now, or this time, it has done a good thing, because $100 million is a lot of money. Though can I RTGs, $100 million is around $20 million in US dollars. But still, it's a good thing, because we need this. The areas that were affected by Cyclone Idai to be fixed, right? We really need that. $8 million loan guarantee for tertiary students. Okay, that's a good thing. $8 million guarantee for tertiary students. Government has set aside $8 million as collateral for the release of more than $60 million pledged as student loans by various institutions. So it's a good thing what they are doing. Minister Professor Amon Murwira told the Sunday Mail last week that the facility will help circumvent the structures tied to accessing loans from banks, especially by students. So I think it's a good thing, because we still need these things for our students. FDB extends $100 million for Idai, extends $100 million US dollars. So I think, yeah, what is happening, like Uchimariza raise or so far for Cyclone Idai, I think Mario yakawanda, and I am happy with the developments. I'm not sure how much money is actually needed to fix everything, like to get everything back to normal. I'm not sure how much is needed, but I thank the Zimbabweans at large in the world for doing something in helping in Cyclone Idai victims. Zimbabwe Tourism Authority in program to prime industry for Chinese visitors. Zinwa hands $412 million unpaid bills. Yes, there are many who are now engaging default as well, at the same time seeking legal resources to recover more than $112 million in unpaid bills. Local authorities owe $35.8 million, which makes up the bulk of the debt, followed by consumers who also resource for irrigation at $27.2 million. So it's a good thing because $112 million is a lot of money. 2 new platinum projects on the cards. I just hope that these things chakat on the cards, it will actually happen, because a few days ago I was seeing some pictures or some headlines from Sunday Mail from a few months ago. We are going to be having cheaper basic commodities by April, and we are now in April and we still have prices that are very high, right? And some are saying we now have 5 billion that has been pledged for this and that, but still there are not many developments that we have seen, especially considering the amount of money. 5 billion, 3.7 billion, so I just hope these things or these headlines will make a lot of money, because Zimbabwe's platinum production is poised for an exponential growth, with the commissioning of 2 new projects next month to add to the existing multi-billion-dollar Caro Resources and Great Dyke Ventures, which are now at project implementation stage. So I just hope that all these projects are actually projects that are going to be done, so that it's also our country will get back on track. Guys, personally, I wish well for Zimbabwe. I really want Zimbabwe to be back on its feet, because I am staying in Zimbabwe and I am a Zimbabwean. Even if I was staying in Cairo or wherever under the sun, I was still going to love Zimbabwe, because my ID is Zimbabwe and I was born in Zimbabwe and I love Zimbabwe. So whatever happens that is good for Zimbabwe, I would love it.